So you just bought a house and you're excited to be a homeowner. But guess what? Your toilet starts making a weird sound. Or maybe you're a renter and your landlord sucks and hasn't fixed your broken toilet for a long time. And when I say weird sound, I'm talking about something like this. Well, chances are you really got a broken fill valve. And rather than pay a handyman or someone to spend $100 to come and fix it, I'm gonna show you a $9 tip and how you can fix it yourself. So here's the parts you're gonna need. You're gonna need new fill valve. So the two brands I know of are Fluid Master, which runs you about $9.50, or Corky, which is gonna be a little more at like the $12 to $14 range. You're gonna need a bucket, a wrench, a towel, and some paper towels. And that's it. Step one is you're gonna turn off your water line and then flush to drain your toilet of all that water that was sitting in there from the last time you flushed. After it all goes away, and that should leave a lot less in there. Might have to flush twice. The goal is to really try to get as little bit of water in there as possible. Step two is you're gonna really loosen this first valve that's up here. This is where those pliers might come in handy if it's too tight for you, but you're gonna let that go. Also, this is where the bucket comes in because all that water in there is gonna drain out. It's gonna look something like this. After that, you're gonna disconnect the hose from this one. And there you see that water already starting to come. And then you're gonna lift this piece out. Make sure that bucket's in there good, so the water will start draining immediately. Next, you want to make sure that you really clean this area so that where you're going to be putting it next is nice and clean as well as dry. You might need a sponge or something like that too at this point if all the water isn't drained out. Next, you're going to have to make this the appropriate length for your toilet. So what you're going to do is hold it by the base, and actually if you twist it, it'll start to get longer. And what you really are looking for is to get this lined up with the overflow valve so that the water goes appropriately. So a few turns and then you kind of have to do some trial and error, but you'll figure out how far is far enough. After that, you're gonna reinsert the piece in, and then you take your new little valve here, and you're gonna connect it down to the base here, once again to tighten it all the way up, like so. This spot might be a little tight, but what you're gonna end up doing is tightening up the valve here so that it is flush at the top. Now, I've read you shouldn't use pliers here because you don't want it too tight, but you do need it tight enough so a leak's not gonna start. And while you're at it, go ahead and reconnect the hose as well so that you have that lined all the way cooked on again. The last step is you gotta take this hose and connect it to there so that it drains in there. So you're gonna put it on this piece here, and they actually give you this little hook as well. So you're gonna connect it there and it hooks right on the edge over here. Now it might take a little elbow grease to get it on each end, but once you have it connected, you just take this little hook here and you're gonna clip it on there. The important thing is that when it comes out, it should be pointing straight into that hole there. Moment of truth, if everything was done correctly, you should be turning the water back on and it starts to fill. Now remember, you got this piece here that you can tighten or loosen if you need to adjust the water line up or down. But if you did everything correctly, you now have a fully operating toilet for $9.50. Go take that money you just saved from paying a handyman and get yourself a nice dinner. And if you still can't figure it out, call up your favorite realtor. I'll be able to help you out.